All right, we're back in the classroom with 20 more vocabulary words for the 2025 real estate exam. I'm studying with you guys. You guys are studying with me. We're all going to pass in 2025. It's going to be a big year. The way it works is we're going to go through 20 vocabulary words. It's a matching style that we do 4 at a time. And then we get to the end and we see how we did. Subscribe to the channel if you want more vocabulary words, more test questions, more test prep, and we will be doing live practice exams soon. So make sure you subscribe. Let's get into the vocab words. Okay, here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm first going to read the 4 vocab words. Then I will read the definitions. If I feel like one of them's correct immediately, I'll just match it immediately. You can screenshot this. You can fast forward, pause, do whatever you need to do. Get these vocab words. We're going to pass the test together. All right, estate for years, dominant tenant, condition, defeasible, fee. This is a national real estate exam for vocabulary words, property ownership and use of controls and regulations. Also some California stuff. I'm based in California, so if you are in California, this is going to help you the most. Comment down below what state you're in, and maybe we can get some test questions out for you guys. A person who has easement rights on another's property, either the owner of a dominant tenement or someone who has an easement in gross. Tentatively, we're going to put that. A provision in a contract, deed, law, regulation, guideline, etc. that makes the parties' rights and obligations depend on the occurrence or non-occurrence of a particular event, also called contingency clause. I'm going to go with that. Condition on that one. A leasehold estate set to last for a definite period, 1 week, 3 years, etc., after which it terminates automatically, also called a term tenancy. Okay. A fee estate in real property that may be defeated or undone if certain conditions occur or conditions are met. I think that these are close, actually. A fee estate, so that's probably a defeasible fee. A fee estate in real property that may be defeated or undone if certain events occur or conditions aren't met. A provision in a I still want to go with condition on there. And then a leasehold estate to last for a definite period, 1 week, 3 years, estate for years. Let's check our answers. This is what we got so far. All right, correct on everything. Testator, I think we've had that one. Special warranty deed, fee simple, defeasible. Testator, an individual who makes a will. I think that's right. A deed in which the grantor warrants title only against defects arising during the time they own the property, and not against defects arising before their time of ownership. So this was a special warranty deed, probably. So that one, we got to make sure that one is before their time of ownership, not during the time of ownership. A fee estate in real property that may be defeated or undone if certain events occur or conditions aren't met. Did we just do this one? Fee simple, defeasible. The greatest estate one can have in real property, freely transferable and inheritable, and of indefinite duration with no conditions on the title. Fee simple. So these might be switched. Let's check it. Screenshot these. Definitions, answers. All right, we got it right. So, hey, we're 8 for 8 right now. We got 12 more. Lien. Fee, simple, absolute. Estate in reversion, easement. And then we got a non-possessory interest in property, giving a lien holder the right to foreclose if the owner does not pay debt owed the lien holder. A financial encumbrance on the owner's title. I'm going to go with lien on that one. The greatest estate one can have in replay. Did we just get that one? Fee simple, absolute. That one, I mean, what's the difference between fee simple and fee simple, absolute? Maybe we need to look that up. A future interest that becomes possessory when a temporary estate, such as a life estate, terminates and that is held by the grantor or their successors in interest. A non-possessory interest and an encumbrance on property that grants the right to use another person's real property for a particular purpose. I'm going to go with easement here and estate in reversion here. Let's check them out. Screenshot these. Fast forward. Okay, we got these switched up. Easement. So easement is a non-possessory interest and encumbrance on a property that grants the right to use another person's real property for a particular purpose. And then an estate in reversion is a future interest that becomes possessory when a temporary estate, it's a reversion, such as life estate, terminates, and that is held by the grantor or their successors in interest. All right, next one. We're about halfway through these vocabulary words. If you want to follow along, there was a link below to Colibri and CompuCram. This is the software that I used for these vocabulary words, for my test questions, for my test prep. I also use this software for my 3 preliminary courses to even take the test. Click the link below. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Back to the vocab. Erosion, estate in fee simple, voluntary alienation, estate of inheritance. An estate that can be willed or descend to heirs, such as a fee simple estate. So, I mean, I feel like it's a estate in fee simple, but that would be too easy. It sounds like inheritance, though. The greatest estate one can have in real property freely. Dude, there's 3 of the same thing. Estate, fee, and simple. Estate and fee. Like, I think that's still right, though. When an owner voluntarily transfers an interest to someone else. Voluntary alienation. A gradual loss of soil due to the action of water or wind. We're going to check it. Correct. All 4 correct. So we've only missed 2 so far. They're really trying to hammer that estate in fee simple. I think that's the 3rd time we got that on out of 20. Next vocab words. Estate for life. Testate. Chattel Real. Estate in remainder. Estate in remainder. Okay. Personal property that is closely associated with real property, such as a lease. Refers to someone who has died and left a will. Testate. So we know that in the first vocab words, it was testator. And this is testate. A freehold estate that lasts only as long as a specified person lives. That person is referred to as the measuring life. That's probably estate for life. A future interest that becomes possessory when a life estate terminates, and that is held by someone other than the grantor of the life estate. Reversion is a future interest held by the grantor. I'm going to go with estate in remainder. These could be switched again. They gave us with some close ones. That's pretty good. Personal property that is closely associated with real property, such as the lease. I think this is trade fixtures too. Personal property. Chattel Real. Chattel Real. Check it. All right, 4 for 4. Okay, so far we only missed 2. Let's go to our oh, that was the final one. So we missed 2. Easement and estate in reversion. What we like to do is I will write these down on a piece of paper. There's science behind writing, actually physically writing down the vocabulary word and the definition. Lock it in your brain. But 18 out of 20, guys, that's pretty good. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get back into the classroom. All right, we're back in the classroom. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. If you guys want more vocabulary words, more test questions, more concepts, we're doing a live stream of the practice exam soon. 150 questions. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching. Good luck on your test.